This is Broadway Sandwich. We're hanging out with your favorite Broadway performers to find out what they do in their few short hours sandwiched between their matinee and evening performances. Join me as we find out what makes up the meat in this Broadway sandwich.
Patiently waiting, I'm passionately smashing every.
Today we're at the Richard Rodgers Theater, home of the smash Broadway hit, Hamilton.
Sorrow. For the first time I'm thinking past tomorrow.
The show tells the story of Alexander Hamilton, who drastically changed the course of American history. Hamilton has revolutionized the modern American music video. Lin-Manuel Miranda's artistic contributions have garnered countless accolades, including a Pulitzer Prize. Today we're hanging with Tanari Sade Vasquez. She's in the ensemble in one of the biggest hits of Broadway history.
Oh my
Tanari,
God.
hi baby. How are you? How was the
So
show?
good. Oh, it was so good.
Did you nail it?
I nailed it.
That's it.
The
That's what I
audience
like to
was
hear.
amazing.
And what do you want to do between shows today?
I want to eat first.
I want to eat so
we
bad.
gotta eat.
Where are we going?
We're gonna go to Samba.
Okay.
Like one of my favorite restaurants in the area.
Perfect. I'll follow
So
you.
let's go.
Let's do it. What does that feel like to be in a show that means so much to so many people?
Oh my God. It's such an honor, and like we kind of like represent immigrants, you know, like.
Yeah.
Hamilton was an immigrant. He came from the Caribbean to New York. It kind of reminds me of my family. You know, my mom was the first to move from Puerto Rico to the States to work. And then my dad came after her. They made so many sacrifices.
You're literally a manifestation of all that hard work
Exactly.
and dedication.
It means
Those
so
dreams.
much to me.
I want what she's having.
The moqueca. Yes.
Times 2. So your parents are from Puerto Rico.
Yes.
And you were born here.
I was born in Virginia.
Virginia, and that's where you grew up.
That's where I grew up.
So and you started dancing.
I started dancing when I was 7 at a little dance studio called Dance Sensations Dance Center.
Yeah.
I'll never forget it. I finished my freshman year.
Yeah.
And actually my best friend, Tori, she was like kind of like my agent back in the day. And she's like, there's this open call for West Side Story. She's like, you're perfect for it, go. Like, you have to go. I was like, all right. So I went to the open call here in the city. And then I booked it, and I was like, oh my God. And it was for the International Asian Tour
Oh, wow.
for a year.
And you did it for
And
a
I
year.
did it. Like, I was like, bye, college.
Now, did Tori ask for her 10%?
She was like, girl, I'm your agent for life. Then I started my junior year
Okay.
of college. And then that was when West Side Story was coming back to Broadway, the revival. And I booked it, and that was like it. So I left college to start West Side Story. So West Side is like my heart and soul forever.
Same. I love that show. And actually, that's how we became friends.
I know.
You being my Anita, me being your Tony.
But then, I think a year in West Side Story, I went back to purchase.
Oh, wow.
And I got my degree.
That's great.
Like, my
Good for you.
teachers were really amazing, and they let me graduate in a semester.
All right, so what was the Hamilton audition like?
I had auditioned for the Chicago company. At that time, I was still in On Your Feet on Broadway. And then they got back to my agent. They're like, listen, like, it's not gonna work out this time around. And then I'd say maybe like a month and a half in, I got the call, and they're like, oh, there's a track open. We would love to offer it to you. And I was like, what? It was like one of the most amazing like feelings ever, I think. It's like, oh my God, like I kind of made it.
All right, so that was delicious. What's next? What's on the list?
Next is a vocal lesson.
What?
How crazy is that? I know, I'm crazy sometimes.
You are crazy. Hey!
Hi, how are you?
How's it going, Garen?
Thank you.
So nice to meet you, Paul.
Garen.
Thanks for having us today. As if it's not tiring enough to do Hamilton twice, you're gonna
Oh my God.
do this extra
Yeah,
work. I love that.
I need to work on this.
Let's just start with some lip trills just so you can kind of get moving after all that talking.
Yes.
Let's just jump in the head voice and just
Okay.
find if we can find that core center on. Wee 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 wee. That's great. That's great. There's a little holding that you're doing there, so you're getting kind of like a wider sound, and we want to see that kind of move together in the center, so you can grow that. You'll get that more beautiful, lush tone that you want. Yeah, that's great. Well, great work today.
All right, thank you. Bye.
We'll see ya. Thanks, Paul. We're in the Richard Rogers Theater.
we are.
This is where it happens.
Yes,
This is
where
so
it
exciting
happens.
for me.
I know.
What was it like when your parents came to see you in the show and sat in these
Oh
seats
my
and watched you up
God.
there?
I just like remember like stepping on the stage and seeing my mom in the audience, and I got so like.
You could see her
teary-
during the show.
I could, yeah. It was special. It was very special, and they're like, "Oh my God, we're so proud of you." When I started dancing, they actually would clean the studios at night so that I could like take class.
I love that.
Yeah.
When I know, I get emotional
Yeah.
thinking about it because when
Yeah.
my parents come to see me in anything that I do, and if I can see them in the audience
Yeah,
and
it's
catch
like,
their eyes,
whew. Yeah, it's special.
it's very special. Now, when you were a little girl, did you ever imagine that you'd be up here doing this?
I always knew that I wanted to dance. I wanted to be in New York. I wanted to be on Broadway. And I never like doubted that. I just
Yeah.
like went for it, worked hard. And having my parents like being so supportive was like, you know, icing on the cake. So,
That's so beautiful.
yeah.
Hi, everybody. Okay, so I'm noticing how incredibly clean and organized it is.
Yeah.
Don't lie. Is this how it always is?
No.
Uh-huh.
not.
Clean up a
You know,
little
I
bit
had to
for
clean
today.
up a little
Because
bit
I'm going to
'cause-
ask your friends. Because I'm going to ask.
That's me in Puerto Rico, one of my favorite places.
Ma,
Some mommy.
where do you take a nap?
Right under here. and I
Underneath the
just
table.
I move this
Yeah.
chair and I lift my feet.
We've been
And just
noticing that's a
knock out.
trend.
Yeah.
Isaac Powell slept under his sink.
Oh my God. Wow.
Yeah. The
You
only
see?
bed I've seen, Jessica Vosk had a bed. That was kind of impressive.
Work.
Getting stage fright.
I know, right?
Wow.
Here it is. Voila. This is my stage, my playground.
Have you ever had any mishaps out here?
Oh, yes.
Like what?
The turntable stopped working and we all freaked out. It was like, we don't know how to dance anymore because we're so used to dancing on it. So we were just like,
Live theater. And this is the theater where the other show was on Broadway,
yes,
in the Heights.
One of my favorite shows.
So he must love this theater. There's
Oh yeah,
a
this
special
is
place
like,
for
I
him.
think it's gonna be named after him one day. I don't know.
Interesting.
I feel like
Yeah.
I just feel that for him.
This has been so incredible, Tanari.
It's so fun.
Learning about what you do between shows
Yeah.
and seeing this incredible backstage space. You have to do your next show.
I do.
So I'm gonna
I
let you
sure
go.
do.
I'm gonna say
Oh my
goodbye
God,
and say
it was
thank
so
you.
much fun.
You're fantastic.
Thank you.
Have a great show.
Thank
and we'll
you.
see you soon.
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.